finally getting back to this V8 Fiero. Let's check this motor out. So if you didn't watch the last video, I'm gonna let you know that I was told this is a old Corvette motor. Does that mean a lot to me? No, it doesn't. The fact that it's a 350 shoved in this little car, that's the important part. We got ourselves a fuel cell. It's got a sending unit right here where we can hook up gas gauge, which we are gonna do. We should probably put a vent tube on this thing before we blow ourselves up. And the way these wires are ran, not the greatest. You know, they're hooked together. I've never checked the plugs in it, never gapped them. So we got to get through some of this stuff. We got to get some of this stuff taken care of, guys. So that's what we're gonna head and that's what we're gonna do this go around. That's it. That's what we're doing. So if you like that type of stuff, stay with us. We'll get this stuff done and see how much better we can get this thing to run. Eventually, we're gonna take it to the drag races, and eventually, we want to run a good time. And if we have to, we'll put nitrous on it. I don't care. I'm not scared. Another thing I want to address is they have this air cleaner shoved way back down in there, and it's just sucking heat from everywhere. I want to maybe try to see if there's something else we can do about that. Let's get fired up and let's get started. The first thing we're going to do, though, is get this deck lid out of our way. This lid off. All we got is 2 bolts here. I already did the other side. I got Carter holding it up. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you just can't do things alone. Well, I could have, but it would have been harder. So I just grabbed a little help. Sometimes you gotta get a little help from your friends. That's all. That's all there's to it. So all we're gonna do, we're gonna set this baby right up on the roof. Just like this. And we're gonna go just like this. Very gently. No, we're not scratching it. No, we're not going to scratch it. We're doing it gently. Now we can see what's going on in here. Let's take a look. So much better. So much easier to work on. Because there's a lot going on around here. Next thing I think we're going to do is we're going to pop these babies out of the way on both sides. Which is going to be pretty easy. It's just one little screw here. It's just going to open up more room to see things. Make it a little easier to work on. And we're going to set those right up here. And this is just some black paint somebody sprayed on there. So if we happen to scratch a little, we can touch it up. Don't worry, we can touch it up. We get the other side off. Carter's on that. I guess he's staying to help. At least for now, anyway. Now, I can show you guys this air cleaner setup that I'm not too thrilled about. And I want to maybe do something different with. So it's right there. It's going around to here. And right into the carburetor. I don't love where that's positioned. And the reason I don't is because the exhaust header is right there. You got a lot of engine heat right here. So what I'm hoping is maybe I can do something with it. And I think it's just sitting there anyway. Could I? Holy, I didn't know. It's a big air cleaner, guys. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe could I set it up out here? Maybe out that corner scoop. Maybe I could build a cool scoop. You know, some of these Fieros had a scoop that came off the roof. I don't know. We're going to try to do something a little better with it. I did not realize that air cleaner was that big, though. Look at that honker. Yeah, somebody was not messing around when they picked that one out. Regardless, it's doing its job. If I have to shove it back where it was, I will. For now, we're going to take that whole setup off just to get it out of our way. So one wing nut. We can take this part off. Just do the right thing and set it right there. And we can pull this whole air cleaner. Now I smell gas. I wonder if this car is leaking. Got a float bowl stuck or something. Now this is a long setup right here. Look at that. So we'll do the right thing and we'll just set it out of the way for now. Because I do believe I'd like to figure out a little something better for that. That gives us some access to see a few other things that are going on around here, though. And one thing I've noticed right away is we have a busted mount right here. Well, it's cracked. It's not completely busted, though. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. Is this mount right here has got a crack in it. And what that does, it's something to do with the shifting. It's got to do with the shifting of this thing. So we may have to try to get another bracket for that, or do some kind of adjustment there. but that wasn't even on our list. And here's the bleeder that goes to the clutch assembly. And I did feel like this clutch, when you let it off too fast, sometimes it seems like it's slipping. So I might try to, at some point, do some adjustment with that. But the main goal for now is, I feel like we should pull some of these plugs and check them. I have not done that yet. And I think we should put some new plugs in it. Got a little extension. I'm thinking that might help us. Oh no, it's going to be too long. Alright, so again. No extension, guys. No extension. Let's just try. Oh my gosh. Whew, this is a tough one. And we were leaking a little bit. There's a sharp edge down there. Got a hold of me. So I might have to take a grinder and get rid of that before somebody really gets hurt around here. I think we broke her loose. No, we broke her off is what we did. Okay, so we broke the plug in half. It did break loose. It did break loose. That's exciting news. We got lucky. It broke, but it broke loose. So I'm okay with that. What's left of number 2 is out. You know, sometimes things don't go as smooth as you want, but we got it out anyway. That's all that matters. So now we have got to get the third one out. You guys are not going to even believe what I had to do. I had to take this wrench all the way under here and pretty much lay on the car to finally get it to break loose. And now I think I can get it out with my fingers. And this is the easy side. The other side is going to be way tougher. I'm going to have to do the other side from underneath. No question. We might have to wait for the hoist for that one. Just throwing that out there right now. Here's that one. That one looks a little browner than the rest. Now why would one cylinder be this brown? The rest of them look more dark like that. Interesting. I don't know. But we got one more to get out. And I hope it's easier than that one we just got out. And it's right here. I will leave you guys right there. And you can watch the show. This might be the easiest one so far. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Should not have said that. I did it again. Hey, we're on something. Oh, it's just super hard to get leverage from this side. I'm going to have to go back to the other side. Now we got our ratchet stuck. Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Get her up here where we can do something. Oh, yeah. Too tight. Oh boy, okay. We got it broke loose. Good news, people. Almost there. Okay, the socket for the win. And look at that bank. That looks a little brownish too, doesn't it? Huh. Makes you wonder if these two are firing better with the other ones not firing as good. Be interesting to see when we get some new plugs. Who's the lazy dog? Are you coming to help? Blazer? Are you camera shy? Well, thought I could get him to help, but it looks like not today. Maybe next time, guys. Okay, we got one side of the plugs out, and I think I'm going to stop there for tonight. I do have to work tomorrow. It's getting kind of late. And I have to pick up some new plugs. So, I'm going to go to the old interweb and see what Excel a 576S plug. Make sure that's actually for a 350. And it probably is. And this one is a copper core. And I don't know if that's any... If you know if copper core is any better, throw it in the comments for me because I have no idea. I generally, Excel, I have nothing against Excel. I've always liked their stuff. I have had good luck with Autolite. So, I don't know what we'll go with. We may just go with the same thing that was in it. But we're going to stop there for tonight, get washed up, and we got work tomorrow. Anyhow, if you watched this far, I really appreciate it. All right, guys, we got the rest of those plugs in. I didn't film it all. It was a nightmare. It was tough to do. And I actually broke one of the new plugs doing it, but they are in there. The next thing I want to address is I don't like the way these wires are set up, because like these two are zip tied together. We're going to see if we can do something better than what they did. We're going to use zip ties, but we got to make it look a little better than that. So that's the next thing. And I think after that, what I want to do is we're going to build an air cleaner box over here. And we're going to use some of that diamond plate right there to do it. So stay tuned for that. I think that's going to be pretty awesome. Let's get some of this stuff out of our way. So this was everything it took to put those plugs in. I had to dent the header, which I can show you in a second, because I couldn't get the socket on it. So I'm just going to put things out of the way here. We'll stop right down there for now. That's a little better at least. One spot right. Kind of hard to see, the wire's in the way, but you can see I had to dent it right there to get a socket even on there, which was a real pain. But we did it. So now what I'm thinking about on these wires, I'm trying to figure out just a better way to do it, for one. I really don't love what they did. So we're going to start by getting rid of all their zip ties. And I guess these connectors aren't terrible, these guys. But I'm wondering if there's a better way. So let's get these off of here. And we'll save them. We may use them again. Okay, so to make our own wire loom, it's really not tough stuff. We're gonna wrap one zip tie like this. And we're not gonna go too tight. I'm gonna kind of just lightly do it. Leave plenty of room for another zip tie to go here, like this. Just gonna bring it right down through the middle here. So, now we're going to bring another zip tie, same way, right through here, like so. Okay, then we're going to pull this one a little tighter, I think. Now we're going to pull this one tight, like so. Then we're going to pull this one tight. Hopefully I didn't make that middle one too tight. I think we're good. There. Maybe should have left a little more slack in the middle one, but I think that's going to be better. Because at least they're not touching. You know, they're not touching now. So that definitely makes it look better than it did. And the only thing left to do is cut off our extra. And there's a neat little way right there. You can, you know, make yourself some zip ties. Or make yourself some wire ties. I mean, they're practically free doing it that way. But I do want to try to cut these so they're not, no sharp edges is the key. So I might have to get a pair of scissors for that and just cut those a little bit better. But hey, not too bad there. I think we'll do a zip tie setup down here also. Same type of way. It's going to be a little tough for you guys to see this, but I will show you in just 1 second. Do it like that, leave it a little bit loose so we can put one in between. And then I want to slide it right down here. Pull this one tight, and that's going to keep those from touching. We just don't want those wires touching each other. That's the biggest thing. Is it perfect? Not really, but it's going to keep them off the headers and it's going to keep them from touching. See, so they're not actually touching each other, which is cool. That's what we're looking for. So now I got to figure out what to do. We got a little bit of a mess here. All right, let me just show you guys what I came up with here. We did the zip tie trick. Did it all the way down. None of the wires are touching now. Nothing's touching the headers. And they're not touching each other, which I like. So I'm not mad at that. That's going to work out good. It's going to be much better than having them all rubbing. I'm going to do the back side, but I'm not going to do it on the video right now. I'm going to wait. And we're going to get this thing up on the hoist, change the back plugs, and do those wires on the back side. No sense boring you guys with that. Well, what I want to do now is I want to address this air cleaner situation. The air cleaner sat over here like I showed you earlier. I want to build a plate right here. Make a little air cleaner box. So that's the next move. So we're going to start by making it out of some kind of cardboard or something first. Then we'll cut it out of a little diamond plate and we'll get that air cleaner fixed up. Okay, I found a piece of cardboard. We're going to mock it up with some cardboard first. And I think we can get rid of this end at least, because this cardboard's way too big right now. Before we go too far, this is going to get us in the ballpark at least. Okay, so first we're going to get that swept out and cleaned out. A lot of junk sitting down in here. Self-tapper. I think that'll do it. Let's start by getting ourselves a measurement in here. I'm going to say 20 should do it. Okay, so we measured it out at 20. And our cardboard is just about 20. Close enough. Close enough. So now next, what we want to do, we'll see if we can get this cardboard to slide in here. This stuff might be a little bit tall, actually. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be too tall. So we're gonna cut this down some. We don't need it that tall. And this, you know, we're just getting approximate here is all we need. Doesn't really have to be exact, but that's way too tall. So, okay, now we'll see if we can get this cardboard to get down in there. So I think we're gonna have to notch this corner out right here some. So let's do that. We'll notch it right here. I'm going to say about right there. We're guessing. We're just guessing. It's not exact science. That's why we're going to start with cardboard, though. That way, if we are a little off, not the end of the world. Now let's just see. Okay, so this fits way over here. So what we can actually do, I'm going to go on the other side of this relay. This. Thinking something like that will work. So it's going to be like that. Of course, it'll be made out of the diamond plate. And this notch was a little big, but that's okay. But then, when we set this on here, set this top piece on, the idea is, if I can get it on there. There. The idea is that that's going to be up pretty close to the top there. We might have to make ours a little taller, because we kind of want it to touch there if possible. And it's not quite touching there, but it's pretty darn close. We could probably even raise this up a little, because I kind of got the cardboard, you know, I got it folded there. So if we raise that up, I think that would work out pretty good. And it's going to be way better than it was. It's going to stop this heat from the motor getting into our air cleaner area. Then we'll cut us a circle for the tube to go through, and the air cleaner can sit in there. So I think it's time to move on to the diamond plate. So our next move, we're going to draw it onto our diamond plate. We're going to make it a hair big. Got a little extra on top, because we can always cut it down. So I would certainly rather be a little bit big than not enough. Definitely better to be a little bit bigger. It's just my opinion. I think that'll be big enough. So, got it drawn on there. Oh, we got to draw our little cutout though. Hang on a minute now. We're getting too excited. So let's do this. A little cutout here. That's going to help it to fit in there. So, now, show you how we're going to cut this. And I'm not sure that these will even work for this, but we're going to try it anyway. We'll start in this corner, try it there, because it's just going to be easier. Not bad. It's actually better than I thought it would do. The stuff's not real thick. I think it's going to work perfect for what we want. It's just my opinion. Okay, so now we need a cut here. So it's going to be a long cut. It's going to be a little trickier. We're going to do the best we can. Try not to, get ourselves too out of shape here. We can help it. It's going to be easier just to go all the way out the panel. Okay, now we have this sheet for something else if we need to. Now we just got to cut this line. That's going to definitely get us in the ballpark. Oh yeah, it's going to be a little tricky to get in there though, I promise you that. I think we'll go this way. That way we're flexing the piece we're not going to use. I'd rather flex the piece that we're not going to use more than the piece that we're going to use. Just makes more sense, if you ask me. Who's asking you? I know what some of you guys were saying too. You probably have gloves on, working with sharp metal like this. But that's okay. We'll get through it. We're taking our time. No one's getting too crazy. And we got one more little piece we could use somewhere else at some point. So this is what we got so far. I think that's pretty cool. Now if I can manage to get it down in there where we need it, that would be even better. It is going to be a little tricky though, I have to say, because cardboard flexed easier, for one thing. Okay, we're really close. Not bad for the first try. We're hitting a little bit right here on the top. We're going to cut that down a little. Luckily this stuff is fairly flexible, which helps me to get it in and out of there. But we need to cut a little off of here to bring this corner in a hair. So I don't think it's a big deal. Think about that much will probably do it. And I know it's going to make it look a little crooked up there. You're not going to see it once it's in there. So we're okay with that. Let's try that first. Let's see, how do I get this baby down in here? That. Oh man. Guys. Let me tell you a little secret. It's almost perfect. Okay, let me show you how well that fit. Pretty good. And this of course is going to go up like this. And I can see we're a little too high right now. We can see that because right here and right here is where it goes in. Now maybe though, if we could flex that just right, that might be okay. We might need to put like one bend in it. If we put one bend in it, it would drop down a hair and that might work perfect. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, let me show you what we did. I got it made. I drilled a hole in it here so we could bolt it down in the back. I put an edge on it here that's going to hook right into the frame that I'll show you in a minute. First things first, put it down in here. I did some of that off I did that stuff off camera because it was kind of boring, really. I didn't think it was anything, nothing too exciting happening. So I thought, well, I'll just do it and show you guys. Gotta get this bolt right here so we can maybe, there it goes. That's what we're looking for right there. Now I need I have a nut for this thing. Oh, right here. Okay, just throw our nut on it. Yeah, it's a little long, but that's okay for now. This is kind of just a mock-up. I can get a shorter, something shorter later. Right now I need something that's going to hold it in place. Which that'll work because we need to be able to drill a hole right over here. Let me just show you guys what we got. Okay, so I bolted it back there. Now what I need to do is I'm going to flex it up here. I want to drill a hole through here so I can bolt it right there. Then we can put our lid on and we'll be in good shape. Just like that. What I'm hoping is I can run one of these little guys right through it. Okay, that's working out pretty good actually. And it got nice and tight. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Definitely not mad at that. Let me bring you guys in and show you what we did. So we just drilled a hole right there. Kind of hard to see. Blends right in with the diamond plate, but we put a screw in it right there. Now we have a little gap down at the bottom, but we're not going to worry too much about that. So far I think this is working out pretty good. So I think we'll cut this down just a little bit more. But I'll tell you, I'm not mad at that. That's not a bad fit. Not terrible. I think we're just on the rise this way, on the rise a little bit. The next thing we got to figure out though is we're going to need a circle here for our air vent. Let's grab that and take a look. So you guys remember all this nonsense, right? I'm sure you do. So let's get this filter off of here first. That way we're just working with the air vent part because that tube's got to go through here. So we can figure out how in the world we're going to get this big air cleaner to fit in there. And if we can't, we'll just get a smaller one. Not a big deal. So the first thing we're going to have to do is get this thing unscrewed right here. It's a little rusty actually, but it seems to be coming off easy enough, so that's good. Oh, or that just pulled right out. Or we could just do that. This almost looks like a sweeper hose or something, or a dryer vacuum hose or something. Either way, maybe we can still get this air cleaner to fit in here. I don't know. This air cleaner is so dang big. But what I do know is this tube has got to come through here. So I say we draw us a circle right about there. We cut a hole. Okay guys, let me show you what we came up with. Got her going right through the corner there. No more heat from the motor. Got it bolted in the back. Comes right around, goes to our lid, which we should polish that up one of these days. Let me show you what we got under here. If you can see through there, and it's kind of tough, we got our air cleaner under there. Now let me just show you. I'll just unbolt it real quick. Give you guys the full look. So you take this off, slide it back. Are you guys ready? And bammo, there's our air cleaner. It's right under that air duct that comes out the side. So, pretty awesome. So I'm not mad at that at all. I like it. No, that's pretty cool, I think. If you've watched this long, I really appreciate it. This video has gotten quite lengthy, so I think we're going to go ahead and end it here. In the next go around, we will get that gas gauge working and we will take this thing for a ride. I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. If you could, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like this type of stuff, we are going to keep on working on this car until we get it to the racetrack. Thanks for watching, everyone.